Time to move on to the next category, the most successful rolling stock of the past 50 years. And could Simon Lomax, fleet manager of category sponsor Porterbrook, join me at the front? Simon Lomax? Oh, you're fighting your way there. You weren't in the seated area, Simon. Stay down there because... Hi, Roger. See you again. Right, so let's kick off. We have some fun stuff here. First of all, we have the EPB. Perhaps not a sexy choice, but I can remember travelling to Ian Allen at Shepperton when I started writing in the EPBs. The bouncy seats with the clouds of dust if you hit them, the camshaft clicking underneath, the E507 traction motors, an unsung workhorse, and I think well worthy of being groundbreaking. The next one's from the intercity sector. This is the only train which appears in our pages in every one of the decades in which modern railways has been published, from the 1960s to the 2010s. It'll certainly be in frontline service for our Diamond Jubilee in 10 years' time, and no doubt passengers will be asking why they have to put up with these horrible bi-modes with underfloor engines. Another suburban contender is the Networker. This was a true step change, pulling together innovative proposals for an advanced suburban EMU by British Rail Research, which Chris Green jumped on and said, yes please, I'll have some of that. Aluminium construction, three-phase drive, the flagship of Network South East, and still a highly competent train. Moving closer to the present day, here is the Pendolino. It has to be said it's the rolling stock equivalent of Marmite. Either you like it or you hate it. I am not alone in loving it because of the power and performance, and the doubling of ridership on Virgin West Coast since it was introduced suggests that it does the job. Another one from the privatisation era, the Desiro EMU. It's hard to remember how slam door stock disappeared so quickly. Equally, when you ride this Echt Deutsche Qualität Zug, you have to wonder why people thought slam door stock would run into the 21st century, when franchising started. It's a really solid piece of German kit. And finally, we have the Turbostar. Why the Turbostar with all the other DMUs? Well, it created and dominated the post-privatisation DMU market. When privatisation started, nobody thought of buying DMUs until Adrian Shooter went to Bombardier and said, what have you got? And it's now become the standard DMU in universal service, and probably the last DMU new design to be built for the UK market. So now we come to the revelation. The most successful rolling stock of the past 50 years, as chosen by our readers, is HST. Of course, for the public, HST is what really makes the HST is the iconic front end designed by Kenneth Grange. It still looks, standing at Stevenage Station this morning as they flashed through, it still looks a modern train.